Hey Beaders, today we are learning to make this gorgeous full French beaded marigold in simple steps. We will use two essential techniques of French beading, the continuous loop method for the inner petals and the continuous crossover loop method to give the outer petals that perfect ruffled marigold texture. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. I am Nidhi Gaur and this is Angie's Craft House, where I share step by step beading tutorials to help you create your own art. We will also learn to make these leaves and how to assemble them. So, before we start our learning process, let's look at the material we needed for this project. Here, I have used size 11 seed beads in opaque orange and silver line dark green seed beads for the leaves. 27 gauge wire to create the petals and the leaves, and 22 gauge thick wire for the assembling the individual leaf sticks. I have used 3 floral stick that is heavy duty for the main stem, green cotton embroidery thread for the flossing, and green floral tape and wire cutters. First, start by stringing a large amount of your opaque orange beads onto the 27 gauge wire. Do not cut the wire from the spool. We will start with the continuous loop method to create a dense core for our marigold center. At the spool end, leave about 10 cm of wire tail. Then measure out 2 cm of beads for the first loop. Hold these beads tightly between your thumb finger and index finger from both sides. Then make a loop and twist it for 2 to 3 times. And this first loop is ready. Repeat this process until you have continuous chain of 9 loops. If you want to learn this continuous looping method in detail, then do check out my video on continuous loop method tutorial for the beginners. I am sharing the link in the description below and as well as in here. And there you go. Our 9 loop chain is ready. Now let's look at how many of these we will need for our medium sized marigold flower. Here, to create most inner part of the marigold, I have created 5 loops in a chain using 1.5 centimeter beads per loop. Then for the second layer, I have created 7 loops in a chain using 1.7 centimeter of beads per loop. Then for the third layer, I have created 9 loops and each loop contains 2 centimeter of beads. Now let's make our outer petals. We will continue with our opaque orange beads on 27 gauge wire. Without cutting the wire, leave a tail of 10 centimeter and start making your inner loop of 3 centimeter of beads. Measure out 3 centimeter of beads, hold tightly between your index finger and thumb finger from both the sides and make a loop, then twist it twice. Now slide down some more beads and cross it over to the inner loop. Right at the bottom, wrap the working wire. Now repeat this process until you get 5 petals in a row. If you want to learn this continuous crossover technique in detail, then I am sharing the link here and as well as in the description box below. Do check this out and let's continue to create our chain of 5 loops, then cut your wire leaving 10 centimeter of tail. Now let's look at the detail that how many of these outer petal units are needed and in which sizes. Each of them is in different size, so do not skip this part and save this video for your future reference as well. Here I have created the unit of 5 petals that uses 3 centimeter of beads for the inner loop, then a unit of 7 petals using 3.5 centimeter of beads for the inner loop, and a unit of 9 petal using 4 centimeter of beads to create inner loop. At last, a unit of 9 petals using 4.5 centimeter of beads to create inner loop. As we are done with our petal units, now let's head to the sepal making. For the sepal making, we will use silver line dark green beads and we will string to our spool first. For the sepal, we need to create 7 continuous loops in a row. Here I have already created one and this will be attached to the big marigold flower in our arrangement. Here at this point we will be lacing our sepal loops together to resemble the real marigold sepal. Here for the big marigold flower I have created 3 centimeter long loop. That means it will need 6 centimeter of beads to make a 3 centimeter long loop. And let me show you how to make them for a smaller marigold flower. So grab your spool and measure out 4.5 centimeter of beads, then make a loop and twist it twice. Create 7 loops in this. Here, using same continuous method, I have created a small bird for my arrangement. We are already done with our sepal making and I will share you the lacing part later on while assembling the flowers. And let's head to the leaf making part. We will make individual leaves first and then we will assemble them it together. Here I have created 2 different variations for the leaves and we will learn it one by one. For the first variation, I have used 11 beads on our basic row. For that, you need to strung beads on your spool and start by making basic frame first. String 11 beads to your basic row. Here, straighten up our top and bottom wire a little bit. Slide down some beads to working wire. Wrap your working wire at 45 degrees at the top and then 90 degrees at the bottom. Till now, you should have 3 rows in a leaf. Now, we will add 3 beads to our top wire to create that petite and pointy leaf. Now, slide down some more beads to working wire and start that process of wrapping. Before you wrap at the top, just shape that working wire at the top where you added 3 beads before you wrap it. And then we will once again repeat the regular wrapping process at 45 degrees to the top and 90 degrees at the bottom. And that's it. Your first variation of the leaves is ready. You need to make a bunch of them to attach to the stick. Now let's head to the second variation of the leaf. This variation is easier than the first one. Make a basic frame, add 14 beads to the basic row. Wrap your working wire at 45 degrees at the top for the pointed top and 90 degrees at the bottom for the rounded bottom. You only need to create 3 rows and your second leaf variation is also ready. Now, you need to make many of these leaves for making a single stick depending on your requirement. Next, let's head to the assembly of these leaves together. Before we assemble a leaf stick, first I will roughly place these individual leaves together like this to get the idea how it will be looking after assembling and how much space should be between two individual leaves. After getting all the ideas, take your 22 gauge wire and double it and wrap it with the floral tape. Now start flossing this stem by adding leaves created before one by one and make a lipstick. Keep it aside for now and let's head to the flower assembling part. But before that, we need to lace our sepal first. Let me show you how to do it. I am using 0.3 mm copper wire for lacing. Cut it about 4 to 5 inch long. Make a hook like this on one end. Hook it between two beads where you want to see your sepal to be shaped. And then twist the lacing wires together for twice and start lacing. If you want a detailed video on lacing the petals or sepals, then I'm sharing the link here as well as in the description box below. Here, while lacing, make sure that all the sepal loops are tightly joined together while lacing. Leave no gap in between. Here, the part of lacing that is visible will be inside when we assemble it with our marigold flower. And it's time for assembling the main flower. For the main stem, I am using 3 mm thick floral stem, cut it in 7-inch long. You can adjust this length as per your waist length or your need. Now to assemble all the flower unit together, I am using stitching thread, a floral tape and a flossing green embroidery thread. Here I am sharing the detailed sizes of each unit to be used in making a medium size marigold flower. Take a moment and note it down. Since the video is getting too long, I will show you the assembly of medium size marigold flower. You can assemble all the other flowers using the same method. Now, one by one, from the smallest to biggest petal unit, we will be attaching to our main stem as shown here. After attaching all the petal unit, cut out all the excess stem wires at the different length. This will, this will make sure that your main stem won't look bulgy at one point. Using the stitching thread, tightly wrap all the stem wires together with our main stem. After that, take out your floral tape and cover the stem wire. Next, it's time to attach our sepal. After carefully attach the sepal, we will again cover it with the floral tape. As you can see here, I have already assembled and flossed my lipstick here, and now it's time to attach it to the main stem. Before you start flossing the main stem, just take a rough idea of where you want to attach your leaf stem. Then start flossing your main stem. To achieve that smooth finish look, untwist your flossing thread while flossing the main stem. Attach your lipstick and continue flossing. After flossing till the end, come back to upward till 1 inch. Then secure the flossing thread by tying the knot and cut the excess. Now apply the fabric glue or clear nail polish to secure that knot. And your stunning full French beaded marigold is ready. Using this same technique, I have created my other marigold flowers as well. As you can see, I have also created my version of marigold bud. You can also create similar flower bud as well. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Drop a comment below which part was the difficult and which one was super easy for you to create. And don't forget to subscribe my channel for future craft tutorials. Thank you for watching. Keep crafting and I will see you in the next video. Bye.